Looks like the Fremantle Western Bulldogs game will be the deciding factor. The loser probably finishes 9th. And Meme Number will be on the list even more times because he's very confident, still, even now, that they'll beat the Western Bulldogs. So the Bulldogs have hit more than 95 points, I think 17 times now. You can look it up if you don't believe me, it's actually ridiculous. I think this is the 17th time. If the Bulldogs do that again, if I hear one word about the umpires, I swear down. I bloody swear down, mate. Carlo, how dare you be late? It's fine, it's still August. At least you're not too late, it's only been a week. My round 23 tips. Saints, 91-78. We'll take it. I don't know why you switched to home and away team, but at least I can still read it. 104-86. FC Oz, you just made the list. Suns to beat the Giants. That's another time, mate. Blues to beat Port. Good, good. Hawks to beat these. Good, good. Crows to beat Pies. Nice. I like it. I like what I see. Tigers losing to North. Yeah, why you put the Tigers at home? Either way, the tip is correct. I still don't get why you switched them teams around. Swans losing by just a point, but you had them losing, so you're allowed that. You're allowed that reprieve. Dogs, yeah, people have been nice to the Eagles this week. They got smashed by a bit more. You're on the list twice, just twice, so you're not in the top 3. So that's good for you, mate. That's good for you. Sydney vs West Coast a couple years back was 170 points. Fair enough. I stand corrected. Those margins do happen, but it's still, that was still won in a little while. In fairness, that was still won in a little while. Here we go. Here's Ben. Here we go. Essendon versus St Kilda. St Kilda, they'll finish season strong, and a good win here will be good for them. Yeah, it was a win. Wasn't particularly a great win, but they survived in the end, so fair enough. Essendon almost did it. Fremantle versus Brisbane. Toss of a coin, really. Brisbane want to bounce back, but Fremantle have been decent. Want to keep their spot in finals. I'll tip Fremantle. Ben, you just made the list. There's too many Fremantle tippers in this. It's bloody ridiculous, mate. Do you know this is Gold Coast? Gold Coast at home. That's another time, Ben. That's another time. Can't be always trusting Gold Coast, mate. Carlton versus Port Adelaide. Both are sugar, honey, iced tea. If you know, you know. No, I don't know. Is this a reference to something? It would be funny of... It would be funny of, not if. Ben, that's a third time. It'll be funny if Port Adelaide won, so I'll say them. That's another time. That's 4 now. That's ridiculous, mate. Hawthorn versus Melbourne. My heart wants the D's to get up for this, but I think Hawthorn will win. Yeah, bet you're crying now, mate. Ridiculous. Collingwood versus Adelaide. Like I said last week, it's a must-win. This is absolutely must-win for Collingwood. I'm a delusional Collingwood supporter, but if your team... If you're... It's... Y-O-U-R, mate. This is U-R. This is short for U-R. But if you are team, I am team, I must be team, is good enough to win every week, I'll keep tipping them. It will be a good game, though. So not only do you tip Collingwood, you've missed the difference between your and your. That's another 2 times, mate. That's now 6 times. Yeah, you're pushing it, Ben. You're pushing it. I feel nice today because Hawthorn will definitely make the 8 now, I think, barring a huge percentage calamity. North Melbourne versus Richmond at I Want to Be Ninja Stadium. No, I still don't know. Richmond don't trust North Melbourne to win a game, but Richmond have been competitive recently, so I'll go for them. Ben, what's going on, mate? You want to talk about it? What's happening? What's going on today? This is ridiculous. You've been doing so well recently. What's happening? City versus Geelong. I know the Swans aren't making finals, but they're more of a tougher task than opposition they faced recently. Well, you got it right, so fair enough. Western Bulldogs versus West Coast. Western Bulldogs, flat track bullies, run wild on West Coast. Yep, pretty spot on. But pretty spot on. I don't mind Snoop Dogg as the Grand Final Entertainment. Is that confirmed? I think that's confirmed. All the boomers are angry about it. I'm not a fan of Kiss, but I thought they were a good Grand Final Entertainment a few years ago. If you've never seen Meatloaf's performance, then it can't be as bad as that. Nothing but MCG thang, baby. I need to watch this Meatloaf performance. I thought it was good. I guess it was bad. So they got Snoop Dogg at the grand final. That's interesting. I've seen him live once at WrestleMania, but he was hitting a wrestler, not performing. But we'll see how that goes down. But Ben, that's 7 times. You have made it into 3rd place. You're currently in 3rd place behind only Fremantle and 69420 beam number. You're in a list of idiots, and somehow Ethan isn't there. Predictions: Carlton 12 points. Carlo's got his A4W tips actually, not his AFL tips. So we'll incorporate that here. Carlton by 12, not bad. Gold Coast by 20. Well, they scored 20, but they lost, mate. Show on the list. That's 1 time already. Geelong by 14. Wait, I'm completely lost. Wait, Sydney by, sorry. That's me, I've gone mad. Sydney by 6, you got that right. Geelong by 14, you got that wrong, mate. That's bloody ridiculous. Essendon by 30, okay. Western Bulldogs by 23. That's the 3rd time. Hawthorn by 10. Oh, we won! I don't even know this. More of the same, please, from the men's team on round 24. That would be nice. Brisbane are like if you don't watch A4W, Brisbane and Adelaide are like the powerhouses of A4W. Like, they win most of the flags, those two. So there's a huge win. Hawthorn did great last season. Got knocked out in a semi-final by Port Adelaide, believe it or not, just like the men's season. But I just found this out. Wow, I'm in an even better mood. Like, we made the 8, and also the women's team has won against one of the top A4W teams. I like this. For that, I'm taking one away, Carlo. St Kilda. Yeah, nice. And Port Adelaide, 1 back. 3 times for Carlo, 3 times. Not too bad. Next bro will be asking, why do you watch AFL? There's in reference to Ethan asking why I go on holiday. What sort of question is that? I'm not going to check through these, but this is what he predicted for the Premier League. The Man United Arsenal game starts in half an hour, just over half an hour. I've got to record my tipping video before that starts. I don't think it's done that well. Yeah, there's definitely some glaring wrong ones there.
You just made the list! 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 You just made the list!